Here's my argument to people on the left or whoever that's saying, well, what about the kids that were killed in that school that day? And I don't understand that argument because, of course, that's a tragic thing, and of course it's horrible, and they should be memorialized in some way, of course. But the difference to me is that Charlie Kirk was a very well-known national political activist figure who had a huge following, millions and millions. But also, his death, in my opinion, is almost like a catalyst for something. That could be bad, or it could. In other words, it's such a big event that I think something is going to either have to change or something is going to happen,
right?
Like leading to like civil war, more division, and so that's my argument. It's like, look, it doesn't really make sense to argue. Well, what about the kids that died in the school? The point is, the impact that he made all over America and the world, and everything that he did, and like you said, he stood for First Amendment right to have discourse, to speak your mind, and that's how America should be, man. Anytime that's in danger, dude, we are screwed,
Yes.
And I think the left and the right have been guilty of that. I mean, just look at the fact that I don't know how you feel about the Jimmy Kimmel thing. In my opinion, I don't like Jimmy Kimmel. I don't like him. I think I don't know. I think he's kind of a goofball, but I don't think he should have been pulled, man. I don't think his show should have been pulled for what he said. I really don't. I think he was just expressing his First Amendment right, and it was a real shitty thing to say, and the timing was terrible. But I don't necessarily agree with that because, like Ben Shapiro recently said, he said the same thing. He said, because believe it or not, and sooner than later, the shoe will be on the other foot, where somebody from the right is going to be taken down or censored in some way, Right. So we should have no tolerance to that kind of deal. Right. Anyway, what are your thoughts on that?
I agree that the freedom of speech needs to be upheld. I do think, though, that the freedom of speech was put in the Constitution to protect the civilian, us, the citizen, from the government and law. As far as our freedom of speech, they can't take, right? And so between you and I, you have to be careful how you say things because we're not freedom of consequences.
That's right.
And so, but with Jimmy Kimmel, I saw an old clip of Johnny Carson. And I don't know if you saw it. Mm-mm. I'll have to send it to you, where he says that with my audience, I have been pressured to state opinions politically and on major issues. Mm-hmm. And he says, I refuse to. He said, name any of these other comedians on TV that used their show as a platform politically.
Right.
He goes, it's awful dangerous. He goes, because you have such an influence, you can influence somebody one way or the other. Yeah. And that's a responsibility to why I think we should just keep it simple and stay out. The entertainment business needs to stay out of the political realm.